Do you feel like God is calling you to business? And do you have this entrepreneurial itch where you want to be your own boss, build your own business? Well, in this video, I'm going to share my journey, ups and downs, all the things that I did to build a digital marketing agency, my first business ever, to over 800K in revenue in 3 years, and shut it all down. The lessons I learned, the mistakes I made, and actual practical tools on how you can either launch your own first online business or how to scale your current marketing agency, coaching, consulting business this year. So I'm going to share that with you, and I hope you guys get a ton of value out of this. But just to give you a little bit of background, to do that, I have to go all the way back to when I was very little. My parents later in life told me that when I was little, I wasn't one of those girls that just carried around Barbie dolls. I always had a briefcase with notebooks, pencils, papers, pens, all those things. And so I think from a very young age, I knew I was called to the business world, but obviously didn't know it yet. And my background is my parents grew up in full-time ministry, serving the local church. And so I thought I was going to take that traditional ministry route, get a local job at a local church. But there was always something stirring inside of me about business and things like that. And so I went to college, started with getting a degree in music, and then switched to business management. And that's really where I started to realize, wow, I have such a big passion and calling in the business arena and to be an entrepreneur. But my first job that I got was a corporate job doing sales, marketing, things like that, for a company in Tulsa. But I was always working on things on the side with social media and things like that. And I just wanted so badly to be my own boss. Like I wanted to have my own business, but I had no idea even where to start. And then it kind of came to the point in 2020 when COVID hit, and God actually spoke to me that it was time to quit my job, move back home to Florida, and start my business and pursue the things that were in my heart. God actually um, verbally spoke that to me. And so that was not something I could ignore. And so that's exactly what I did. And I started my first business in 2021, which was a digital marketing agency. And kind of just so you kind of understand, I want to kind of go through my first business and kind of what I did to start with that. So it honestly all started with buying my first coaching program where I learned how to create ads and get leads and clients for businesses and run ads for them to do that. And I just thought this idea was absolutely fascinating. The fact that I could control people's ads and run them for them, have them pay a high ticket monthly price, and they could pay me for it. That was just so revolutionary to me, honestly. And within a couple months of doing this and outreaching to local businesses, within about 2 months, I replaced my full time income and actually started making more than I was making at my job previously. And so that honestly was such a big moment. Like having that like deposit hit my bank account, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making more than I was at my desk job, 40-hour a week job, doing something I enjoy, and this is so fun. But um, it was definitely that's how I kind of started my first business. But there were also several mistakes I made along the way. And I want to talk about those in this video so you can learn from them when you're scaling your online business. It doesn't matter if it's a marketing agency, coaching business, consulting business, it's all the principles are the same. And so, one of the biggest mistakes that I made is I tried to hire to solve certain issues where hiring was not the issue because I hadn't optimized the process yet. So, as an example, I tried to hire salespeople too soon before optimizing the sales process, the lead process, lead nurture process, and all those things. And so when I hired someone, it only made the problem bigger. One of the biggest traps that entrepreneurs fall into, and I have fallen into so many times, is I'm trying to fix the wrong problem with the wrong solution. For example, I was having an issue with sales, and so I was just like, okay, we just need to spend more on ads and hire a sales rep to take more calls. When in actuality, the real problem was my ads and my nurturing and my qualification process, which did not require a salesperson. And like I said, hiring a salesperson only made the problem bigger. And so always make sure that, like when you're having problems coming up in your business, and problems are inevitable in your business, you're always going to have something you're working on, something that's not quite working at the level you want it to be, or you think it could be or should be. That is going to be constant in your business. And so with the current biggest problem that you have, you want to focus on that, but you want to make sure that you're actually looking at what is the actual problem. And the only thing that's going to allow you to do that is, one, by following your gut and following the Holy Spirit and asking, okay, Lord, like, what is going on here? Like, what do I need to be doing? But then also, like, just tracking your numbers and your data, so you can make sure that you're not fixing something that's not broken, if that makes sense. A few other mistakes I made in my marketing agency is that I focus more on done for you than done with you. So done for you is basically where you do obviously everything for the client. For example, in a marketing agency context, you run the ads, you get the leads, you convert the leads into appointments, you set up all the follow-up systems, nurturing systems, you do content. Like, it's just a lot. And that model, it's very complex, a complex business model to run. And but your clients start to treat you like you're their employee, and there's just not a lot of mutual respect there. And so that's why I pivoted to more of a done with you model, where there's more of a partnership. And it's not to say you don't have some done for you components, but you're just making sure that you're not just doing everything for the client, where they're not learning and growing, and they're not able to sustain the growth that you're giving them. And so that's another mistake that I made. Now, lastly, why I shut it all down. Like, honestly, when I shut my marketing agency down, I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I can actually continue to do this and scale it and work on it, and I could grow it a lot. But what I came to is, like, when I was making the money that I, wanted to make, I realized honestly that my profit margins were not where I wanted them to be. And more than that, this is not the business model that I feel like I'm supposed to do. Like, and that's when I switched to more coaching and teaching and empowering other faith based entrepreneurs, faith based agency owners, coaches, consultants, things like that, that are wanting to scale their business. And so that's why I felt it was time to shut it down, because I had gotten success there. I could have continued to grow it, but I wanted to help others. And so if you're a faith based online coach, consultant, or agency, and you're wanting to either start or launch your business, or you're wanting to scale your current business or pivot to a different model, I have a link below to an application where I can see if I can really help you or not. And I work one-on-one with my clients to help them scale their businesses to 10 to 50K a month or more, whatever your goals are, in a more efficient way, in a way that impacts the kingdom and impacts your life. And so if you want to learn more specifics about that, again, just click the link below and fill out a few short questions, and I'll be in contact. But also, I love to connect with other faith-based entrepreneurs, and it's hard to do that here on YouTube. So I'm going to put a link here on my Instagram below, and shoot me a follow there and reach out to me via DMs if you want to connect more. I just love to connect with other people that are on the online space, that are faith-based, and that are driven by purpose. And so I hope you guys got a ton of value out of this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.